You don't need to be perfect to start. You need to start in order to get experience, in order to get better, and then be incredible at it. In today's video, I want to talk to you about something very important. Something I've struggled with when I was younger, and something that many teens and young adults struggle with. This feeling that I'm not good enough to start. My music isn't good enough to put it out there. My art business isn't good enough to post on Instagram. My whatever isn't good enough to put it out there. But the issue is this: if you never start, you'll never get experience. And without experience, you can't become good. And you have to be willing to start first, get experience, and then you get good. Let's think of examples of people that we all look up to or we might enjoy, athletes, musicians, artists, painters, business people like Steve Jobs and anyone else you might look up to. Do you think Kobe Bryant was born fantastic at basketball? Like the first time he ever touched a basketball, he was able to make a 3-point shot and dribble under his legs and dunk the ball at 5 years old. Do you think that happened? No. He sucked. But he got experience. He got more experience. Fast forward 30 years and oh my gosh, he's incredible. Why? Because he was willing to suck at first, and then he got some experience, and he got some experience, and before you know it, down the line, he became Kobe Bryant. Or we could look at someone like Michael Jackson. Yes, Michael Jackson was like a music prodigy basically when he was like fresh. But here's the reason why. Because from the moment that man could talk, his parents had him singing. He did not come out the womb able to dance and spin and sing and hit those high notes. He did not come out the womb like that. He got a lot of experience. Yeah, when he was really young, he got a lot of experience. But with time and effort and energy, we get better. Let's think of someone else, such as, let's think Elon Musk, for example. Just an example of a really rich person. Don't focus on the specific individuals, just focus on the message. So, do you think that he was born and the first time he touched a computer, he was able to code a website? Or he was able to figure out how to make a rocket ship company or lead a team or do any of those things? No, he sucked at first. But then he got some experience, and he, over time, became who he is today. The same thing goes for you. You might be sitting there thinking, Lawrence, I want to start uploading YouTube videos. I want to start uploading TikTok, but I'm scared to get on camera. I'm nervous. I don't have good equipment. I sound funny. I talk funny. I say a lot of like, yeah. I do a lot of that. I did too. You go back to my first YouTube video. It sucked. It was terrible. But I was willing to suck at first in order to get better, in order to get good, in order to get great, in order to become excellent. And we often stop ourselves from even starting because we're thinking, all these people are going to judge me. They're going to make fun of me. They're going to say things about me. Here's the thing though. The only people who will judge you are the people who aren't doing it. If you think about someone in that field that you're trying to get into, such as maybe you want to get into the NFL and you're on the high school football team, well, you're scared to even try out. You're like, well, I'm not good enough. What if they make fun of me? What if I get injured? What if this? What if that? The people in the NFL, they're not making fun of you. If anything, if they saw you practicing, if they saw you on the team, if they saw you getting knocked down and getting back up, they would cheer for you because they know what it takes to get there. They know that none of them just started and were fantastic. Everyone sucks at first. And you might be thinking, but oh, this guy on Instagram or this girl on Instagram or this celebrity or this musician, they never sucked. You just never saw that part. People on social media only show you what they want you to see. People on social media only show you what they want you to see. So you might be looking at someone and you're thinking like, oh, this person, their music is so great and their art is so great and they're so much better than me. Yes, because you're looking at their highlights. You're looking at the best of the best that they want to show the world. Sometimes I will make a YouTube video and then I'll listen back to it and I'm like, I'm not really feeling this one. And I'll re-record the whole thing like 5 times in a row. And I post the best one. So when you look at my YouTube channel, you might be thinking, oh, this guy's so fantastic. He's so great. Yes, because I uploaded the best video. So when you're looking at someone on social media or on TV or a music video or wherever, you have to remember that they're only showing you what they want you to see. I'm only showing you what I want you to see. I sit down and I think, what is a YouTube video idea that might be really good? And then I'll try it and then I'll do a video and I'm like, not really feeling that. And I'll re record it. So, what I want you to take from this is understand that in order to get good at anything, in order to build muscle in the gym, in order to improve your grades, in order to start that business, in order to get a multi platinum record deal, in order to become whatever you want to do, in order to become like the world's best gardener. I don't know why that came to my head, but it just did. If you wanted to have like the best garden ever, like you want roses and tulips and daffodils and dandelions and all that, you gotta suck at first. When you get into a kitchen and you first learn how to cook, like you're 12 years old and you're learning how to cook, you're going to burn the pot. You're going to suck at first. It's not going to come out right. The cookie is going to be lumpy. It's going to be halfway cooked. The meat is going to be raw in the middle. You're going to suck at first. But you have to just get experience. You have to just get in the game in order to get good at it. A great example of this is, again, Kobe Bryant. How did he get so good? How in the world did that man get so good? He's hitting 3-point shots, he's dribbling under his legs, he's dunking on top of people, he's hitting from half court. How did he get so good? Huh. He spent like 30 years doing it. If you spend 30 years doing something, it makes sense you'd be so phenomenal at the thing. If you look at anybody who you look up to, like musicians, artists, celebrities, you have to look back on like, how long had they been doing it? A pretty long time. And the people who you see, and it's like, but he had overnight success. They just woke up one day and it just all worked for them. Well, yeah, you might have overnight success after like 10,000 nights. You might have overnight success after doing it for years and years and years and years, and then one video just takes off, or you finally figure it out, or it finally starts working. But in order to get to that point, you have to be consistent. You have to be willing to show up when you might not feel like it. You might have football practice, but it rained and the whole like field is just muddy. You gotta show up. You might be tired, you might be sore, you might be like, I just want to hit the snooze button, but you said I'm going to the gym. So yes, you might not work out as hard as you normally do, but you have to still show up. You have to pick up some weight. You have to run. You have to do something. And it's the people who are willing to show up even when it's hard, even when things aren't perfect, even when you might not have the best camera, even when you might not have the best resources, even when it might be hard, the people who show up, those are the ones who succeed. Those are the ones who get in the game, they do the work, they show up, they play, and they make it happen. It's also important, though, that you remember to give yourself some time to rest. It's okay to take a break every now and then. It's okay that if you worked like really hard, like you went to school, you studied, you had after school football practice, you did your after school job. Take a nap, please. Like it's okay. But you also have to be aware to not overdo it. You can't keep making excuses for yourself. You know, I understand that many times in my life, I was trying to be perfect. I was trying to like, I need to have the best thumbnail. I need to have the best title. I need to have the best this. I need to have the best that. And we get perfectionism is procrastination dressed up really pretty. Wow, that just hit me. Perfectionism is procrastination dressed up really pretty. Let me break that down. So you can spend a whole lifetime going, yeah, I'm gonna upload the YouTube video after I find a good channel name. I'm gonna upload the YouTube video after I make a good bio. I'm gonna upload the YouTube video after I make a good title. I'm gonna upload the YouTube video after I have the perfect profile picture. I'm gonna upload the YouTube video after this, after that. And you spend your whole life trying to be perfect rather than just starting. We could spend our whole life trying to be perfect instead of just starting because really deep down, we're afraid of what are they going to think? What if it don't work? What if this? What if people laugh at me? What if I go to school and people are like, yo, you saw Lawrence YouTube video? Yo, you saw Lawrence did this? You saw Lawrence out there fishing? You saw Lawrence doing this? You saw Lawrence doing that? Let people talk about you. Let them. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to live your life. At the end of the day, whether or not somebody leaves a good comment on your video or they leave a mean comment at your video, whether or not you practicing your football, like you practicing to get onto the high school team, and you got people outside and they honking horns at you and they throwing trash and they doing all this, let them. Because at the end of the day, when you get into the NFL and they back home sitting on their couch watching, they're like, dang, he was right. She was right. When you had that idea of, I'm going to start a hair business, like I'm going to start braiding people's hair, and people start making fun of you because you braiding people's hair inside your house, you got people coming in and out your house. When your business started taking off and they sitting back and they're like, dang, she really did that. When you go from braiding hair in your house to now you got a salon downtown and you got sold out, you sold out for like a month in advance and you got a line around the block and you got 5-star reviews, the people who gonna hate on you, they sitting back like, dang, she really did that. He really did that. He went from selling food out of his house to now he got himself a food truck, and then he went from the food truck to now he got a restaurant, and his restaurant got a bunch of 5-star reviews. Dang, he really did that. You went from practicing on the high school team, like you in the gym, running circles around the gym by yourself, and people are like, look at him doing all that. And then you go from doing that to now you on D1 college team. And then you go from that to now you a starting quarterback for the NFL. Dang, he really did that. But the thing is this, whether or not people love you, whether or not people support you, whether or not they hate on you, whether or not they love you, at the end of the day, you're the one who got to live your life. So if you got to live your life, if you got to wake up in your body, if you have to work with what you got, you should do it to the maximum that you can. Because each and every one of us have been gifted with the gift of life. You get one of them. You get one of them. And if somebody wants to spend their life hating on you, if somebody wants to spend their life hating on you, leaving mean comments, saying, oh, you heard about so-and-so, you heard about so-and-so, let them talk. That's fan behavior. And at the end of the day, if you're doing what you need to do, if you're living your life focused on your goals, trying to get better each day, maybe you're going to the gym, you're reading your books, you're studying for that test, you practicing for the high school football team, you're doing whatever it is that you need to do, live your life. Let people judge. Because at the end of the day, you just got to start. Yes, people going to judge you. Some people going to like you, some people going to hate you. Some people going to support, some people not. Some people going to thumb up your video, some people going to thumb down your video. But at the end of the day, you just got to start. Yes, your first song might not be that good. Yes, your first YouTube video, it might be lagging. There might be a lot of blur. It might be all over the place. Your first whatever you want to do. The first time you go to the gym, you might only be able to lift 5 pounds. And you might be thinking, oh, well, they looking at me. They making fun of me. This, that. They got all these thoughts about me. If you go to a gym and you might only be able to lift 5 pounds, the only people who going to judge you are the people outside the gym. The only people who are going to judge you when you wake up and you decide, I'm going to start playing the game of life, is the people on the bleachers. The people on the bleachers are the ones screaming the loudest at the players. The people in the bleachers are the ones screaming, no, you should run like this, you should do this, you should do that. But you're on the field and they're in the bleachers. So why do we spend our life listening to people in the bleachers if we're in the field? Why is that, Lawrence? A big part of it is because a lot of times we allow what they got to say to override what we got to say. We allow, well, what if this person judge me? What if this? What if that? Well, you gotta have enough faith and trust in yourself to know that yes, they gonna say what they're gonna say. They're gonna say that, oh, you're doing it wrong, you're messing up, this, that. But they're not even in the game. It's like listening to, imagine you're a chef, right? You're a chef and you're cooking. You're in the kitchen. You're in there with the grease. You're in there with the fries and the burger and all this, right? You're cooking. You're on the stove. But you got other people telling you that no, you should cook your chicken like this because my mom do it this way, my grandma do it this way, my grandpa do it this way, my dad do it this way. But I'm the one on the stove and they're watching. It's like you're driving a car listening to directions from someone in the passenger seat. This is a passenger, you're a driver, so you are the one who has to drive your car. But we get so focused on, oh, well, what do this person got to say? How should I drive my car? What do I need to do? And then we crash and we burn. And it's our life that we're crashing and burning. It's our life that we need to drive. It's our life that we need to do to get to where we want to be. Because yes, some people mean well. You might have somebody in your life who they give you advice like, hey, I don't think that you should upload that YouTube video because of this reason. And they might mean well, they might just be trying to help guide you on the right path, but you have to have enough trust within yourself to know that, okay, maybe they just don't like my style of YouTube videos. Maybe they don't like hearing me, yelling into this camera. Maybe they don't like it. But I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not hurting myself. I'm not tearing anybody down. I'm not hating on nobody. So even if this person who I love and I trust and you know what I mean, well, even if they don't like it, I'm still posting the video because I know that I'm not doing nothing wrong. Now, if I'm doing something wrong and somebody called me out and they say, hey, Lawrence, you shouldn't post that video because you said this and that can be taken out of context and this and that. And I'm like, okay, I see your point. We're not going to post that one. But I'm going to post something else. And what I mean by this is that we have to know who to take the right advice from. We have to know that whether or not you take advice from someone else or not, you have to live your life. Even if you book a coaching session with me, I'm going to tell you that at the end of the day, you're the one who got to live your life. I can tell you what to do. I can give you guidance. I can give you mentorship. I can help you, but you're the one who has to do the work. And you're the one who has to live with the consequences of your actions, good consequences or bad consequences. If you go to the gym and you're working out and you build that muscle, and maybe in the process you get injured, you're the one who got to live with that injury until it heals. If you start a business and you lose money, or you start a business and you make a whole lot of money, you're the one who has to live with your life. So at the end of the day, you got to start in order to get good. You got to start in order to get experience. You got to start in order to become successful. And in the process, people are going to say things. People are going to say good things. They're going to say bad things. But you're the one who has to live your life. You're the one who has to know that in the pursuit of my goal, yes, people might judge me. Yes, people might love me. Yes, people might support. Yes, people might hate. But I'm the one who got to live it. And with that said, go out there. Start that business. Start that YouTube channel. Start going to the gym. Start studying for that test. Try out for the football team. Start that hair business. Start whatever it is that you want to start, right? Legally, of course, and this isn't to say like take this out of context, obviously, but start. If right now you're like, all right, Lars, all I want to do is I want to get on the football team. That's my thing. I want to get on the football team. Okay, go try out. Go ask the coach like, hey, when are tryouts? Hey, Lawrence, I want to just start going to the gym, but I don't know what to do. just get a Planet Fitness membership and look up a tutorial. Like look up a how to do a push-up tutorial, how to do a bench press tutorial, how to do a pull-up tutorial. Just learn and start. And you start, and the first time you might be like, I can't pull up. But you gotta suck in order to be like, oh, I did one. And then you get better, and you're doing two, and then four, and then eight, and boom. And your life is gonna get better. With that said, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. If you'd like to purchase my books or get one-on-one coaching, you can find those links below, as well as the link to book me for your podcast or discuss bring me in for a school event or youth organization. You can find those links in the description below. Have a good one.